Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about this idea of a shift that's happening in the luxury space. I feel like we've been talking about this for a few years now, and a couple of years ago there was a lot of talk about this luxury bubble. Like the bubble was about to burst and then luxury would be dead. In fact, some of my fellow YouTubers actually put out videos saying that luxury was indeed dead. And if you look at the revenues, the numbers for these big brands in the luxury space, they're all pretty much not doing as well as they once were. So I wanted to talk about things like the quality issues, price fatigue. I mean, I think many of us who are into luxury items are really just tired of seeing the insane price increases that don't match up with the quality or the craftsmanship that they claim to have. Also, there's been this big movement around like clean, ethical, transparent luxury. Like if it's really luxury, then shouldn't it be the best materials with the best wages for their employees, with the best practices, and really just be very clean, right? And on that note, I wanted to share with you these two gift sets that I received from Dossier. This video is in partnership with Dossier. They are a New York-based brand that makes perfumes out in Grasse, France. Now, I have been a partner of Dossier for years now. I am a true fan, and I thought this was perfect timing as we're talking about the shift in luxury. They have sort of revolutionized perfumes, and they do actually make designer-inspired perfumes at much more affordable prices with clean, non-toxic ingredients. But really what they've done so well is to just pare down to the value that they offer to customers. So this right here is a set called the Universal Crowd Pleasers, and I chose this set because I wanted to show you for holidays. This is a great gift. It also has my favorite scents. So this one comes with the Ambery Saffron, which is inspired by the Baccarat Rouge 540, which, as you know, is one of my favorite all-time scents. However, ever since I received this as a gift from my husband, I have never replenished because I like to mix and match with the Ambery Saffron. And then we've got the Woody Sage, which is also a really beautiful scent, and this is going to be a fraction of the price compared to the designer fragrance. And then we have the Woody Sandalwood. Also, this is inspired by the Le Labo Santal 33, which is a cult favorite, right? So this is a really great set for either yourself or as a gift for someone in your life, especially over the holidays. I love the packaging. It's minimal, but it's really festive. And this one again has the Ambery Saffron. I'm so glad that this is in both sets, like whichever set you choose, it has the Ambery Saffron because it is my personal favorite. By the way, you can get this at a tiny fraction of the price of the actual Baccarat Rouge 540. In fact, you can get this entire set 3 times over for the same price of one bottle of this, okay? Isn't that wild? So this is what I mean by value. Also, just transparency, direct to consumer, no nonsense, no unnecessary middle costs. So the Ambery Vanilla, which I've had before, is inspired by the YSL's Black Opium. And then the Floral Marshmallow, which has a really sweet scent, is inspired by Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. So if you're familiar with those perfumes and you just want to save some money but still get the quality and the value, and you know you're getting good ingredients, definitely check out Dossier. As we near the holidays, Dossier is going to have their biggest sales of the year, so definitely check out their website and make sure that you're picking up on any promos or any discounts so you can save even more money. But even at their regular prices, these are such good value. Speaking of value, here's another example. So this is my Hermes Mini Evelyn. This was the first bag that I purchased from the brand, and I do enjoy it. It's a really nice small bag that I can wear every day. And while the quality is really nice and it's holding up very well over the years, I don't know that the price is justified if you strip away the branding. So if you were to take away this perforated H that symbolizes Hermes and it was just a regular saddle bag, you know, Longchamp has a bag that looks very similar to this. So that brings me to other bags with very similar styles. So this one is just an example. This is an Australian brand called Maison de Sabre, and this is also a saddle bag. And you may recall not too long ago I had shared that Hermes is going to come out with another Evelyn size. So right now there's just the mini, which is quite small, and then there's the really large one that is pretty oversized. But they finally said that they're going to come out with a middle size that would probably be very close to this, as you can see, right? And so a lot of people got excited, but then when I learned about this bag and I shared it on my video, a lot of people were like, wait, I might just get this and not bother with waiting for the Hermes version because this is going to be a fraction of the price. This is also grained leather. It's got a pocket in the back. This is just an example. There are other brands like Coach, Longchamp, and many other lesser known brands that also offer saddlebag styles are not like, you know, one of a kind, unique. These kinds of bags and this silhouette is offered by a lot of different brands at different price points. The research is showing that customers are really waking up to all the different brands and offerings that are available now that weren't in the past at much more affordable prices and still with the value and the quality and the craftsmanship that we're looking for. It's not just with bags and perfumes, even little pouches like this, like smaller leather goods. Like this is the Chanel Mini O case that was so popular for so many years. I don't really feel like a lot of people talk about this anymore, especially with Chanel's price increases. I don't know that it's really worth it to many people to splurge on a little pouch like this when there are so many other pouches available. This one happens to be from Dress Up Your Purse, and it is pretty much the exact same size and holds pretty much the same. So this is the beautiful cherry red, which is really nice for the upcoming holiday season. I feel like it makes me smile. They both are really pretty colors, but this is going to be a fraction of the price. You can buy multiples of these and still not get close to the actual price of the Chanel one. So this is what I mean by value. So for those of you who are watching this video right now, I'm really curious to know, what is your current mindset on the idea of luxury? And I don't mean like true luxury, which we have talked about in the past, which are things that actually money cannot buy, that you can't purchase in stores, like friendships, love, health, right? Time, freedom. Those kinds of things are true luxuries. But what I mean is like material luxury, the things that are fun and frivolous and just add a little bit of joy and pops of color into our day-to-day lives. And this is where we decide to spend our money. What is luxury to you? Is it necessarily the ultra high-end luxury brands? Is it the prestige, the status? Is it the history, the heritage? I once was really into all of that, and then I branched out and discovered so many brands that offer so much and they're so underrated. So I've really been enjoying mixing and matching, going high, low, mid, and regardless of price, I'm really looking for quality, for value, and a brand that I enjoy. But going back to the bags, I put up a poll on my Instagram, and I thought it was very, very interesting because I asked my Instagram community at this moment, would you rather purchase a new bag or a new piece of jewelry? And I thought this was very telling. So 68% of you who voted in that poll said that you would prefer to get a new piece of jewelry, and only 32% of you said you would rather have a new handbag, which is interesting because my YouTube channel and most of my Instagram is dedicated to handbags, right? And a sprinkling of other things, but this is essentially like a handbag community. And I feel like there has been a shift even within this little micro community, and especially with gold. The price of gold has been skyrocketing, and a lot of people have been saying that they find so much more value in gold as a precious metal, and it retains its value and hopefully will go up in value as you keep it, compared to things like leather or handbags. So a lot of shifts happening at the moment. Again, I feel like there's the quality issues that have kind of worn people down. There's the price increases that have put people off. And then this whole idea of like true value versus just brand name. And of course, there's been a lot of talk about clean luxury, transparency, ethical practices. There's also been a movement within the jewelry space over the years for more lab-grown diamonds and less mined diamonds. And I feel like nowadays in the younger generations, when it comes to engagement rings or wedding bands, a lot of them are consciously choosing lab-grown diamonds, not just for the affordability factor, but I feel like they're just not buying into the hype. And that's probably a good thing when customers in general wake up and start asking questions, right? Whatever you decide at the end of the day, it's your money, your choice, and your purchase, and that's what you're going to live with, right? But I do think it's a cool thing now that we have so many more options and so much more information, and we can be, like I said, more discerning about how we decide to shop. So this was more of a commentary video with a few goodies sprinkled in, but I wanted to have this conversation because I thought it was interesting, and the timing is also interesting as more numbers are being released financially from these big brands, showing that the revenues are dropping and they really are entering this slump with the trajectory going down. And I also feel like there's an emotional, psychological component regardless of the sales numbers. I feel like customers are just in a different mindset. So let me know if that's how you're feeling as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I will be reading all of them, and I hope you enjoyed this video in some way, and I hope you enjoyed the goodies, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.